Before we even get started with this video, in case you don't know, I'm from Virginia, so if you think I'm about to slander this album, you're insane. But on top of that, this album is actually really great, so I don't feel bad about it. The legendary rap group Clipse are back with their first album together in over 15 years. Pusha T is one of my favorite rappers of all time. He's been on a crazy run since going solo, and Malice has always been great, and he's out-rap Push a lot in my opinion, but we all know he stopped rapping for a little bit because of his religion. I can't speak for the entire country, and I don't want to speak for the entire culture of hip-hop, and I don't know if it's because of where I'm from, but Clipse and Pusha T, once he went solo, mean a lot to me. Like many kids in the early 2000s, I was in elementary lunchrooms beating on tables to the grinding beat. Virginia is my theme song. I feel such a sense of pride whenever I hear that song. And I didn't realize that this is apparently a hot take until I started talking to people over the last few years. But I like Lord Willin' more than Hell Have No Fury. That's not crazy to me. So me being a big fan of theirs, I never thought that this day would happen. I thought Malice was completely done with rapping. And then when he announced that he was coming back, they later announced that Pharrell was also coming back to executive produce this album, which honestly made me a little nervous, I can't lie. Look, I think Pharrell is a GOAT. Again, I'm from Virginia. I think Pharrell is one of the greatest of all time. But since the 2010s, he's been really hit or miss for me. I'll talk more about that in a second. But this album has had a lot of hype and controversy surrounding it. I mean, they left their record label over a Kendrick Lamar feature. They taking shots at Travis Scott, which I 100% agree with Pusha T on. Kanye getting shots, Drake getting shots, and this was one of the best rollouts that we've seen in rap in a long time. I will say people do need to pump the brakes a little bit when they say that every rapper needs to do a rollout like this. This type of rollout works specifically for them. Older established acts with older fans. If Rob 49 What the Hell He did this same exact rollout, it wouldn't hit the same. But let's talk about this album. The rapping on this album, from the punchlines, the messages, the flow, everything was top tier, highest quality. If you like rappers that actually rap. Yes, it's fun to make jokes about cocaine bars, but it's so much more to Pusha T and this album as a whole. Like, I was not expecting them to start their album with a song like The Birds Don't Sing. I thought it was a really cool moment that Push and Malice decided to start their first album in 15 years off with a song dedicated to their parents that passed away. And maybe I'm being light-skinned, but you really feel the emotions with this song. Pusha rapping about his mother and saying you was tired but not ready to go, basically was dying without letting me know. This song really hit me because I love my mom so much. My dad passed away years ago, like 10, 11 years at this point. And I never really got over it, if I could be real with y'all for a second. But it's like you understand more and you learn more about someone after they pass away. Like Malice at the end of his verse talking about his dad, and he said that the password in his phone was, "I love my two sons." Like, just great writing, great rapping, great opening to an album. I also thought that John Legend was just okay on this. Like, usually when I see John Legend's doing a hook on a rap song, I get really excited. But for this, I just thought he was cool. So we get this emotional masterpiece of a song, and then we get right to the ignorant shit with chains and whips. But I love this song. I feel like we first heard this like 2 years ago at this point, at that like fashion show that they were at. And I will say, Pusha T is yet to respond to Jim Jones, at least if my memory is correct, but you know, it's cool. We'll move that goalpost. But the verse that everyone coming into this album was waiting for was from Kendrick Lamar, and he delivered. But I will say, I do feel like the beginning of his verse could have been stronger. I didn't really like how he started his verse off. Like, I know this verse is a little bit older, but I feel like we've heard multiple songs from Kendrick over the year of him talking about, "Oh, I went to therapy and now I don't care. I went to therapy, it made me angry." Like, we get another bar about him being a Gemini. I get it. So this is a follow-up to the classic song Nostalgia, and on that song, Kendrick used a scheme using the word 10. On here, he went with Jen, and he left Earth once he really got going. Also, I could be reaching, but I feel like I haven't seen anybody else say this, and this is one of the perks of being neutral and being a fan of Pusha T, Kendrick, and Drake. But a few years ago, Drake dropped a song with Jack Harlow called Churchill Downs, and at the end of his verse, Drake started talking about Pusha T, and at the very end, Drake has a line in which he says, "Whips and chains like a dominatrix, whoosh." So fast forward, Pusha T has a new album coming out. On this album, he gets a feature from Kendrick Lamar, who Kendrick Lamar just battled Drake last year. We all know what happened with that. And then he names the songs Chains and Whips. Y'all gotta keep up, man. Track 3, POV, honestly, not really a fan. This is rare, but I did not like Pusha T on this song at all. I didn't like his hook. I didn't like his verse. And it's not even really what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. How he's saying it so casually didn't work for me. But Tyler, the Creator, went crazy on his verse, and I still can't believe that him and Pusha T are friends. They seem like complete opposites. And he did have a bar about somebody suing, but he quickly went on Twitter to say that this is not about Drake. And there's been new reports as I'm recording this video saying that he's actually talking about Playboy Cardi, which is interesting. But Push keep dirty whites moving like mosh pits. They watching, I'm like white women the way I pop shit. I need God to play the lead in my biopic. Tyler, the Creator, went crazy on his verse. And then the beat switch for Malice. I've been seeing on Twitter people saying that this Malice verse is the best verse on the album. Me personally, my favorite verse on this album did come from Malice, but on a different song, and I'll mention that later. And then we get to So Be It, You fucking bastards. Like, how do you not clear the sample or solve whatever issue it was before the album came out? Like, do you know how pissed I was when I hit play on this song and the beat was completely different? Like, I thought I was tripping. But great song. Pharrell killed this beat, and Pharrell kept the momentum going with Ace trumpets. Yellow diamonds look like PP. That line right there is a prime example of it's not what you say, but how you say it. If any other rapper said that same exact line, they're getting clowned. Great song, but we already heard this before the album came out. All jokes to the side, I'm not even being biased. I really enjoy this album. Like, sometimes on these type of videos, I'll go track by track saying what I like, what I don't like. But on this album, I like almost every song, and this video wouldn't be productive if I go track by track and I say, I like this, I like this, I like this. But I will say Mike Tyson Blow to the Face might be my favorite on this album. FICO is hard as hell, but how don't you get a Stove Guy Cooks verse? Like, do you know how pissed off I am every time I look at a track list and I look forward to a feature and then it's only a hook? I'm looking at you, J. Cole and Kendrick. So Far Ahead also might be my favorite on this album, and this is actually the song that I was talking about earlier when I mentioned my favorite verse. This man said, I done ran quotes in the desert, tried to hide dope in the message, like we did the coke in the Lexus, same hands I used to whip work, see me turn them both into blessings. By far my favorite verse in this album. The first time I heard that, I had to rewind it just so I could listen to it again. The way that he was flowing with it, Malice went crazy on that, and that's also, again, one of my favorite songs on this album. So I love this album, but there are some things that I don't like. It really pains me to say this, but Pharrell, again, a legend, one of the greatest of all time. He's from Virginia, I'm from Virginia. We from the home where niggas serve packs and things. I hated almost every single hook he did. I just didn't like him on All Things Considered. I feel like he ruined a great song. So Far Ahead hook was really weak to me. By the Grace of God was okay, but I would have been fine with somebody else doing it. And Before You Kill Me with the whole, but he was on the old albums. I know, a song like Young Boy has Pharrell on the hook, and I love that song and a bunch of the older stuff. I just don't really like him on here. Also, that beat on Inglourious Bastards was fucking garbage. Like, I can't even tell you if I like the verses or not, because I couldn't even focus on what they were saying with that annoying horn going off in the background. But overall on this project, I feel like the production on this was really good. I feel like that was the only song that I didn't like. Like, I could be wrong, I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like the outro had a sample from 007, like GoldenEye or something like that. I could be tripping. So Pharrell let me down with the hooks. That Inglourious Bastards beat was terrible. I didn't like Pusha T on POV. No Stove God Cooks verse, which is crazy to me. And also, I forgot to mention this earlier, I didn't like what The Dream did on this album. I forgot what song he was on, but wasn't what I was really expecting. So if you're new to this channel, usually when I talk about albums at the end, I like to go and give you guys my top 5 songs on this album. And just looking at the track list, if I had to pick, I would say The Birds Don't Sing, So Be It, with the original beat. They did change it on streaming later. Ace Trumpets, Mike Tyson Blow to the Face, and So Far Ahead. But I thought this was a great album, and I feel confident in saying that already, just based off of a few listens, this is one of my favorite rap albums of this year. I mean, I feel like overall, my overall favorite album of this year, I would say it's The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. I love that album. Instant personal classic for me. Like, I feel like mainstream hip-hop has been kind of disappointing so far this year. Like, personally, I would say my personal favorite rap albums this year, no order, would probably be this Clipse album. I love the Larry June and 2 Chainz album. If my memory is correct, I feel like that came out this year. I'm not even a big Key Glock fan, but I be bumping that Glockavilli album heavy. And then of course, you know, my man Drake coming. We got the Iceman album coming. Hey, let's go, let's go. Hey. I like Drake and Pusha T. I'm sorry. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. What are your thoughts on this album? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What's some of your favorite songs? Do you agree with my complaints? And also, what is your favorite rap album of this year? And do you have any recommendations for me? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. As always, remember to tell somebody that you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.